Hello, welcome to Yarn Lane. We are the only channel that is dedicated to all things yarn in the United Kingdom. You knew that anyway, didn't you? But I have to start with that. Before I do anything, I'm going to have to show you, I am going to show you the website because you need to know what's coming up and how to buy and everything like that. We are obviously part of Sewing Street, but we have a different website and a different phone number and everything. So it is www.yarnlane.com. Click on, now this is slightly different now because the screen goes huge now, watch live. Then if you scroll down the page, you will see everything from this show is on pre-order. So now there are some brand new ones coming up, So everything, there you go, she's highlighting the Ladybird there. They're not particularly in the order that we're going to do them, but they're gorgeous. They're so lovely. They're all so popular. So please go to the website and have a look at those. You can send us a message on Facebook. Oh, no, you can't. I haven't done my Facebook Live. You can't send us a message on Facebook Live. I might try and do it, sneak it, switched over in a minute. Also, you can send a message via the website. You can send an email. If you've got any questions, studio@yarnlane.com. You can also ring. The phone number is a different number, which isn't on my screen at the moment. Where is it? There you go, 0800 4700 600. If you want to ring the call centre, it's a dedicated call centre around the corner, next door to the Sewing Street, in the exact same room as the Sewing Street one, but next door to the Sewing Street one. Right, so we've got Claire. Now, Claire, hello. You've been on before, not with me though.
Correct.
Just explain to me, what's your relationship with Knitty Critters?
Okay, so my friend, Mandy Cameron, is the designer of these, and she comes up with these amazing designs, and I started out making up the samples for her.
Right.
So when they go on display in a shop, the samples are made by people. I started off as a sample maker.
Okay.
And for the company, and the company that produces them, and it's just taken off from there. Now I demonstrate, and I instruct, and I teach.
Perfect. So in the show today, not only are we going to show you all the ones that are available, you're going to show us some of the techniques that people will need to do while we're doing it. Right. So first of all, let me start off with a brand spanking new one. It's a Ladybird. What's she called? Evie. Evie the Ladybird. Look, I was quite surprised how big she was. I wasn't expecting her to be this big. The thing is, she's so gorgeous and squidgy. It could be a cushion, couldn't it? Look. It is like a comforter. $24.99. Now, I'm not going to open all these boxes, but I am going to show this one because we've not seen this before. Everything you need for Evie is inside this box, right? So, there we go. That's fine. Here we go. Right, so let me just turn it around this way. So in this box, you get 2 bags of stuffing. You get 2 of the red. Now, what's this? What is this? Is it just a yarn?
It's a chunky yarn. There's different yarns for the different critters, so you've got it's not always the same yarn.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it's Bernat Chunky, sometimes it's Hello, sometimes it's the smaller, more cotton double knit, like you can see on the small critters.
Oh, okay, we'll see as we go through. These are all Hello. That's rose red. I'm presuming that's black. But then you also get in here, they must be for the features, the eyes. Oh, hang on, we get 2 hooks, 2 crochet hooks, excuse me, and blimey, is that a stitch directory? How brilliant is that? Crochet terminology, basics and abbreviations. That's fantastic. And then this here, I'm presuming, is Evie the Ladybird crochet pattern. So everything you need, if you've never ever made one of these before, every single thing you need is in this box. For Evie, that's fantastic because you can either give it as a gift for somebody like this, or you could make it. Or the other thing I think is brilliant is if you've never made one of these before, you know when you take up a new hobby and you think, oh, I've got to buy this, I've got to buy this, I've got to buy this. With this, you don't. You literally buy £24.99. If you love it, you can move on to your next one. If you hate it, then it's only £24.99. You can keep the cushion, give the cushion a gift or something like that. Do you know what I mean? There's no major outlay for a brand new. Oh, already there's less than 30 of those, fewer than 30 of those. So that's fantastic. That's Evie. Put her away nice and neat because we've got to be... There we go. There we go. Oh. No, my system's fallen apart already. Right, I'll just put Evie over there.
I thought you were brave doing that live on air. I thought you were brave trying to put
Yeah,
it back on.
no, it's too much of a time. Anyway, look, let's have a look quickly then before we move on to the next one. She's so cute, isn't she? Now, how new is she then?
So Mandy brings out, she adds to the range every year.
Right.
And the last lot we had Sammy Sloth, Evie Ladybird, Loopy Llama, you have somewhere. So you've got some of the older ones. Rosie Rabbit was one of the originals.
Yep.
So the full range really, and she adds to them each year.
Each year she adds to them. So this is brand new
This
here.
year.
This has not been on Sewing Street before, this one. Oh, Yarn Lane, sorry, Yarn Lane, I'm on Yarn Lane. Oh, wrong channel, John, get it right. Anyway, so that's that one, so we'll put Evie there. So now I'm going to move on to Sammy Sloth. Now, you've got Sammy Sloth, haven't you? So you can model Sammy. Again, I'm not going to open the box. Every single thing you need is in the box.
So Sammy, I've put his arms together here because you can show. I've just used an elastic band. You could hang him if you wanted to, if he were going into a child's room. I'm going to do some of the features, which is why I've got Sammy today.
Okay.
I'm going to show you demonstrate some of the parts for Sammy. But he is so cuddly. Some of the others, like Flo, is beautiful. But Sammy, I can really imagine being a child's.
He's going to be as big as the child, isn't he?
Yeah, he is really, really squidgy and lovely, and he's one of my favourites. He's one of my new favourites.
And is he all crocheted? Because I can see on the eyes there, you've got eye patches, but then
this is crocheted as well.
Okay.
So in his kit, there is 2 different types of yarn. This is why I say...
Okay, well, I will open this one then.
So you've got the Bernat blanket to make his body.
Right,
and then his
Blimey.
feet and features.
So you get the Bernat there, that's the blanket yarn. You get your stuffing. Then, oh, now this is completely different then. This is Lisa Premium Uni. Of course, I haven't got my glasses on. Here we go. So this one is 100% polyacryl. But then inside you also get all of this. So you get that for his eye features. There for his eyes. You've got the 2 hooks and the instructions and the abbreviations and the terminology all in there, which is brilliant. Because that, I mean, the thing is, they're just once you got the pattern, I'm sure you could then buy this and make more if you wanted to, couldn't you, from that? Who knows? I don't know. Right, okay, so that's Bernat there. So that's Sammy the Sloth. So now, are you thinking then, when you say you're going to hang him in a child's room, was he not to be played with, or is he to be played with and loved?
Oh, both.
Yeah.
I think both. So like I said, I just put some an elastic band round. So we'll take them off.
Yeah.
And then you can see.
You could almost put some one-touch fastening or something on there, couldn't you, as well? Then the kids could have it
absolutely
wrapped around them and know they're safe. I wouldn't want to give an elastic band to a child.
No, that was just for me for demonstration.
No. But if you put some one-touch fastening just on his hands like that, then the child could also be hugged by Sammy.
That's a great idea. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's Sammy Sloth. Sammy Sloth, very, very popular. Now we're moving on to Loopy Llama. I've got Loopy Llama here. Here's Loopy Llama. Oh, what? I'm going to take... Right, okay. Oh, let's have a look. So, okay, right. I'll check in the box. We're thinking your scarf might be different colours. Yes,
so that colour, there's lots of different types of colours. There's another llama, and that has some crazy colour hats. And so the ones in the box, or the picture on the box, isn't always the exact same colour.
Okay, so you might not get blue. You might not get blue.
You might get the colourful.
Okay. And yeah, exactly. Look, it's beautiful. $24.99. Hannah's mum and dad went llama walking one year because she bought it for them as a present. This one's cute because it actually, that's what llamas do, isn't it? Their heads kind of swivel like that. It's just kind of like, I think that's really cute. Now this looks like it's a different sort of stitch.
It is, and that's one of the things we're going to demonstrate today.
Oh, okay, perfect. Because that looks more lacy than the ones that I've just seen there. They're cute, aren't they? So everything again you need. Now, yarn-wise, I'm not going to open this
Everything
one.
in the box?
Everything's in the box, but is that the same yarn that we've seen, or is that something different in there?
Do you know, there's so many to remember.
Yeah.
It looks the same, but I wouldn't want to say that live on air and then somebody get a box and say this is different. So Lisa Grundle stuff that you got for Sammy's hands.
Right.
That's what it looks like it is.
Oh, okay, perfect. So, well, actually, shall we do it? Look, I said I wasn't going to open all the boxes. Here we go. Oh, that one came open a lot more easily than the others. Oh, sorry. Yes, sorry. Right, this one. Oh. Oh, now.
Ah, yes.
This looks fancy, doesn't it? So I like the way this one comes, yeah. So I've got in here, I've got white or cream, I've got an ecru, I've got a grey colour mushroom, I've got that blue and a different blue. I've got 4 of those. So the main body must be the cream, then you've got that one for the lacy, you've got that one for the legs and the tail. Oh, these are flying out, there's less than 20 of these. This is a different yarn again then.
Do you know, the minute you open the box, I realised that. So yeah, you can see his legs underneath are that darker colour.
Yeah.
And then the main body's the cream.
Oh, yes. So underneath the lacy bit here, look, you've got darker legs. So it's then under here, under the lacy bit here, you've got cream.
I can't remember what all the different colour names are. And then obviously the black features and the colour.
Oh, I think he's good. So is he a boy or a girl?
Well, feel free to mix and match.
Yes. Oh, lovely. And then the blues are for the scarf.
The scarf, and the hat.
How lovely. And the instructions for the scarf and everything will be in there, won't it? Yeah. So everything you need is in there. I'll put him dressed again. You only get 1 hook in that, so I'm presuming that these are all the stitches the same size.
Yes, so this one is, a lot of the nitty gritties of this really, really chunky yarn.
Yeah.
That one is all done in the thinner yarn, so you only need 1 hook.
Yeah.
Because it's the same weight yarn throughout.
Perfect. Oh, he's so cute. I love that hat. Fewer than 15 of those now. They're going to go. They will go by the end of the hour. I'm holding by his neck on him. Look, this is Hannah after the cocktail party last night. Bye then, Karen. I'll see you soon. What's it? Anyway, let's move on. There's so much to see. Loads to see. Right. So next is Ollie the Elephant. Right, let me put him back down there. Ollie the Elephant is here.
I have an Ollie too.
Right, now, I've limited on this one. I've got single figures of this one. The choice of speckly or solid, apparently. Oh, yes, look, you've got a solid one.
I have.
How do we know what we've got in our box? Oh, I can't open it. You may get speckly, you may get solid, because the picture on the packet is solid. Here we go, I'm going to look. We're going to have a lot, Emma, there's a lot of packing away to do afterwards. Ours is, speckly. Ours is the speckly one. Now, again, that's the Bernat, did you say Bernat? Bernat blanket fabric, a yarn, look. Oh, you see, that's lovely. That's gorgeous, isn't it? And again, you've got your stuffing and your hook. Now, you'll only get 1 hook, I presume, in there, because that's all...
No, you'll get 2 in that, because his features, his eyes will be done in a smaller type.
Oh, I see. Yeah, there you go, 2 hooks.
You can see the way you've got your Ollie sat, he's sat on his bottom, sat upright, and the way I've got mine is on his feet. So this one is designed, you could do it either way, or you could have a really loose connection. So mine is, there you go, the camera can see that.
So is in the instructions, it's
exactly the same, and it's up to you as the individual how you want to do it. So
right.
if I sit mine up now, he sit this way, that's how yours was, or you can put him on his feet.
Right.
You can sit him that way.
But is the head attached differently then?
It's slightly further back on mine.
Oh, okay.
Because I want mine on his feet, whereas yours will be slightly further forward.
Oh.
But 2 different ways you could. It's personal choice. Yes. Absolutely personal choice.
What the thing is, they're so tactile, aren't they?
Right.
I mean, I know we're saying children, but I'd quite happily have one of these in my house because it's so beautiful. When I'm watching, I know I'm hooked on The Secret Life of the Zoo. I just found it by accident a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm binge watching it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so that was Ollie the Elephant. Now we're moving on to Pippa the Potamus. Is that right? Yeah, I haven't got one of these.
We don't have Pippopotamus.
Oh, we haven't got a sample of Pippa the Potamus.
We did.
Rebecca Reed has taken it home, everybody, for Easter. So this is Pippa the Potamus. There. Oh, look. Beautiful, $24.99. Everything you need is inside the box. I'm moving on, because there's so many of these to get through. Okay, now, I'm now on to Charlie the Chimp, which I've got and you've got. Charlie the Chimp, we love Charlie the Chimp. Look. The thing is, they're only, I shouldn't say this, but they're only stuffed toys, but they've all got personalities, they've all got characters,
definitely. Definitely, and they're all, if you, it depends how much you like how much you've been crocheting, anybody can do these, from a complete beginner to somebody who wants a bit more of a challenge. So some of them are in a single colour, like Ollie Elephant.
Yeah.
One ball, that's all you get. You don't need to worry about changing colour, it'll do it on its own. Charlie Chimp, now we've got a bit of colour changing coming in. From his feet and his paws, up his arms, and a few more features to show on. So if you've had a go at one where you don't need to worry about changing colour, maybe next time have a go at one that's got a few more features, like Charlie, but he is still really easy to do. And because it's chunky yarn, they build so quickly. Yeah,
exactly. Beautiful, aren't they? Right, so that's Charlie Chimp. Very popular again. Now I've got Rosie Rabbit. I've got this one, so I can show you this one. Oh, right, bad news. We've only got 5 of Rosie Rabbit. So if you want Rosie Rabbit, you need to come in quickly. Now, look, she's got a little pink nose. I just love the way they kind of just go, you know, they're kind of all very laid back, aren't they? And cute and everything. So this is Rosie Rabbit. Now, again, is she all one colour? Yeah, she's all one colour, you see, so you won't need to change.
She was the first one I ever did. Rosie
was
Rabbit.
she?
Yeah, she's fabulous.
So do you, right, are they knitted separately and sewn on afterwards, things like the ears?
Some of the features are and some aren't.
Right.
So the limbs of these are designed, and I know I'm jumping ahead, I haven't got Rosie, I've got a Tumble Ted, but the arms and legs are the same. So you make them and then you crochet the arms and legs into the body. As you build the body, then you also crochet.
So you make them separately first,
yes,
and then crochet them into the body when you're doing the body.
Some features like the ears are sewn on,
right?
But the arms, the legs of these designs, they're crocheted in, so they're not going to come out.
No, oh, that's
they're
good.
not sewn on, they're crocheted in.
Yeah,
as you go.
because you don't want to child because they're going to run around with them like holding their arms, aren't they, and things like that. So they're all I can see actually. I can see, yes. Right, 3 of Rosie left. There's only 3 of Rosie left. Okay, now I've got a teddy bear looking on. Oh, that was Tumble Ted who you were just showing.
Yes.
Now, Tumble Ted not only has a change of colour, but the change of colour, look on his feet here, look, you can see there. It's nearly lovely. So, they're all $24.99. Look, this is Tumble Ted, waving at you now. Have you got all of these at home?
I do, so I'll build up a load and then they'll be needed.
Oh, so you have to leave home. You're a foster.
I'm a foster parent.
A foster. A nitty critter foster mum. Oh, he's so cute, isn't he? Oh, Hannah needs a hug from him right now. Tumble Ted. Don't do that. She's feeling very vulnerable today. Oh, okay, moving on. That's Tumble Ted. Right, I love this one. What's she called? Flo. Flo the flamingo. Now, Davinia made me when we were at Sewing Quarter, it wasn't this, it's only about that big, a little felt flamingo. And Crazy Lorraine has made me a spotted flamingo. I've got a flamingo in the garden, obviously not a real one. This is so cute, isn't it? What I love though is, look that neck stays up on its own accord, look.
So these samples that we have on display, because they get handled quite a lot, we do put some tubing inside it.
Oh, okay.
So the insulation tube, you know what you put around your pipes in the winter to stop them from freezing? And
yes, I do indeed.
We do firm up their necks a little bit, and if you wanted it to be a bit of more of a display one, you might want to consider that, or more stuff in.
Yeah.
If you don't put that in, it will be a little bit more floppy.
So it'll be a bit like what was she called?
Loopy
The llama.
Yeah,
like the
so
llama
it will be a little bit more floppy, and if you want to stiffen it up, you can always add more or put something like we have.
Okay, so is this one the same? Do you make the neck and make the body and then crochet them into each other?
Yes, so this one, you make the whole body, and then the head and the neck is all one piece.
Right.
And then you do have to attach the head and the neck to the body.
Yeah.
And then the wings go on afterwards.
Oh.
But it's really clever. Again, this one looks really, really complex, but it's really cleverly done. Most of it's done in the round.
Yeah.
So you crochet in round circles. All the wings are done in the round. The whole body is done in the round. And it's just increasing. And then the legs are done in rows. So if you fancy, crochet is done in rounds and rows. So this is a nice challenge because it has both incorporated. It's got crocheting in the round and it's got crocheting in rows.
And
so
is that literally a knot? Do you make a longer bit and knot
you
it?
literally tie her, if I undo this one. There you go. There's her leg.
Oh.
And you tie a knot in it to make the knee.
For a kneecap.
For a kneecap, there you go.
Oh. Also, what I didn't realise is when they eat backwards like that. So that's why their beaks are bent round like that. So they go down like that and they eat going through the water like that. There you go. No, you have to feed this, Hannah, in real life. I meant not the Nitty Critter one. Right, now Hannah lives next door to a man called Tony. Tony's got a new dog. And he bought the dog, so he got lots of exercise because he's not been too well recently. Hannah just takes the dog for a walk the whole time. She calls him Sausage, but that's not his name. This is Mr. Sausage, right? Mr. Sausage. Yours is, the real dog is brown, but look at this. Oh, Hannah, maybe you should get one of these so when Tony says, no, you can't take Mr. Sausage for a walk, you could just play with your own, what we called Digby. Digby. Digby does look a little bit like out of it, doesn't he? Look at his face. Reggie, that's the name of the one that Hannah takes for a walk. So now, is this difficult, this bit here?
No, none of it's difficult, honestly.
Yeah.
Just have a go. If you're a crochet and even a beginner, really, really have a go. So his face, the way it looks strange is because the body is in the burnout again, the chunky stuff.
Right, yes.
And the features, just like Sammy,
yes,
is in the different type
yarn.
of yarn. And it's done using rows.
Right.
So we've got rows and rounds going on.
Oh, crap. So is that separate and attached afterwards?
The brown will be sewn on afterwards.
So you could have him all with a black face if you wanted.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then I think you need that bit, don't you? You need the muzzle in that colour there. And then his chest. Oh, he's got a love heart on his chest there and his little paws. Oh. Yeah, this one doesn't run off and bother other dogs. And also, they think that Reggie next door, he barks like an Alsatian. So they're a little bit worried because people hear him coming, thinking there's a big dog going to come around the corner, and then this tiny little dachshund comes around the corner. Anyway, this is Digby, this one. It's brilliant they're all the same price, isn't it? $24.99. And specialised to what you're making, exactly. And everything you need is in the box. Absolutely everything is in the box. Right, I've got one more box to introduce before we... if Hannah says go back to whatever, you need to see behind my desk here. You just can't move. Right, I've got one more to introduce before we do any demoing. So this one is called... Oh! Okay, you get all three of these in here?
Yes, you get enough to make three. So the Magical Forest, you have...
Magical Forest. Oh, okay. So if you want to make 3 unicorns, you could make 3 unicorns if you didn't want to.
You can,
yeah.
but you have a unicorn, a Pegasus, and a pony. And you've got the 3 little samples there of each of those. No. And there is enough to make all 3 in that kit.
We love that. I'm going to have to open... I didn't rip this. Before I start, I did not rip this, just so everyone knows. Okay, quickly open this. I've got a couple of questions.
That one you open at the end. Open at the end.
Oh, I see.
That's it. And just pour it all out.
Right, so burner. Oh! Right, I want a jumper made out of that. Or granny knits, granny squares, what's it? Right, so anyway, you get your hook. You get the black for the features, you get the instructions, you get the stuffing, and then this is enough in here to make all 3 of these. Yeah. Let me put that one away. That one goes in there, that one goes in there. Oh, I love the colours in here. I wonder what it's called. Hasn't got a colour. It's polyacryl, 100% polyacryl. I love that. So that's what you get yarn-wise. And then look. So you get unicorn, pony, there's unicorn. Right, now how do I know the difference between Pegasus and...
Pegasus has the wings.
Wings, oh yes! I didn't even see the wings. Look. And then the pony there. How did I miss the wings? I was looking for, who is it that's got wings on, I was looking for wings on their feet. Who's that?
Is that Mercury? One of the...
Anyway. Oh, now, hang on. They've got different... They've all got different manes. So that one looks like what we used to do when I was little and you had a bobbin reel and you're just going to come out as a tube underneath, that one there, then that one looks like it's much finer, like a plaited. Oh, no, that's chain stitch.
The twisty one is my favourite one.
And then
that you've got
that
there.
one, that's incredible. Look at that
is
one.
Fabulous. And that's one of the easiest ones to do. Some of the other kits that we've got have similar.
Oh, they're
twisty
lovely,
bits.
aren't they? So you get all. How much is that then? Hang on, $13.99.
It's because it's the smaller one.
Oh no, but you get 3.
You do.
You join those together,
spoil.
they make a big one, wouldn't they? Oh, how cute are these? You see this now? How easy is it for children to do?
Well, my son Jonah, he's just turned 9 on the 1st of March, and he's made Squish the Jellyfish, which was one of the other kits we had, and he's
Sold out. Yeah.
just going through Ollie the Elephant now, and he's 9, and we had that.
Yeah, but he has got an expert as a mum.
Do you know, he's so stubborn though, he won't let me help him.
Oh, good for him.
He won't. He'll say, no, I want to do it, so I can demonstrate it on mine.
Yeah.
But then I have to leave him to it.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So this morning, I left him doing Ollie the Elephant.
Oh.
Because I was getting ready for mine, and he got his crochet out too.
Oh,
So
and he's 9.
he's 9.
See, there you go. I was just thinking, because they'd be gorgeous little gifts for children to do, wouldn't they?
And
Right, message on the bottom of the screen. Hang on. My daughter Amber makes these. She's only been crocheting 3 months. Picture coming soon from Jane. Thank you.
Fabulous. We love pictures, don't we? Well done.
Oh, we love pictures. Got some pictures, have we? Should we have... Oh, in a minute.
Can I just show you something
Oh,
else?
okay, yes. You have to email the picture. You can't send it through the chat. You have to email the picture to studio@yarnlane. studio@yarnlane.com. Okay, I've got one more question before we start doing the stitching.
Sorry.
Love Yarn Lane. Which would be the best for a complete beginner, please, from Jennifer?
Okay, so out of all the ones we've got here, why not give the Ladybird a go?
Oh, the brand new one.
Our brand new one.
The brand new one.
Because...
But there are fewer than 20 of these, by the way.
better get in there quick, because...
Why that one? Why are you saying that one?
This one, really chunky yarn. When you've got really chunky yarn, it builds quite quickly.
Yeah.
Ollie the Elephant is another beginner one, I'd say. But if you pick her up on the bottom, you can see it's one big disc that you mate on the bottom.
It's a doily, isn't it? Or placemat.
Yeah. So really good, nice place to start, doing something big and round like that.
Yeah.
And it's flat. And then when you get to the top, again, it's a big disc, but it just changes shape a little bit more.
And do
then
you have
we've
to
got some
change
more
colour, or are they added afterwards?
They'll be added on afterwards.
Oh, so literally you just do the mound to start with and then decorate it afterwards. So that'd be brilliant. So you get one of the brand new ones to us, and perfect for a beginner. Okay, brilliant. So shall we, what should we do?
Shall I talk you through a few things?
Go on then.
All right then. So I brought Rosie Rabbit. You've already opened a few boxes, so I'm not going to dwell. But
No.
as
I
a
can open it
teaser-
for you again. Oh, no, I can't. I've not opened that one.
So you've already been through what we get, and this is just the same. We get all our stuff in, and we get our instructions.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd just tell you a few things about the yarn and how we get started. Because if I get a new kit, that's what you do. You open your kit, what have I got in it? And you can see that I've got all my yarn, I've got my instructions, I've got my hooks, and this is where I start. So on this yarn, if you got the Bernat yarn,
Yeah.
you get a free pattern, a bonus pattern on the band of this yarn on every single one. On the back here, it'll tell you all about it. And here we have, I don't know if you can zoom in or go to the one at the top.
Yeah.
It tells you what hook to use. So here it's an 8mm hook. If you do 7 single crochets and 8 rows, it should be a 10 by 10 square. So you can test your tension. And if it's not quite right, you could go up a size or down a size.
Oh, okay.
It tells you the washing instructions. So people ask me, every time I've been on, I've been asked, can you wash these? And it is machine washable, and it's got the washing instructions. The reason I always caution people against washing is it's not the material that's not washable.
I was going to say, how does the padding cope, the wadding cope?
Well, it should be washable, but when you're doing something homemade, with that, the temperature change and the movement in the washing machine and the wet, you could be stretching your stitches,
Right.
and it's putting the stitches out of shape. So it's not that this machine, this yarn isn't washable, it completely is. So really, really delicately, maybe in a pillowcase on a really cool heat, or even just a wet cloth.
Yeah.
So a few people, every time I've been on, I always get asked, is it washable? So this yarn, it says on here how you wash it,
Right.
if you need to. So when we get going, we have our Rosie the Rabbit instructions.
Right.
Oh, in the box. Let me get this one out. Oh,
Yeah.
I've got one here. So let's put this on the overhead shot. Down this side here. One of the comments
I
I
just need to tell you,
saw.
Rosie Rabbit sold out.
Oh no!
When everyone's checked out.
It's
When
the
you all
one.
checked
It's probably
out,
because
yeah.
it's Easter. People
Yeah,
have been
yeah,
getting it all
exactly.
this week. But on the inside page, this is the same for all of the kits. So
Right.
I've just used Rosie's
Yeah,
demonstration.
yeah.
On this first page, it tells you the abbreviations and its UK terminology.
Perfect.
So it tells you what a slip stitch is, a chain stitch. It doesn't tell you how to crochet. If you want to learn how to crochet, you need to get a book, go online. So it does assume you know how to do a slip stitch and a double crochet, but I'm going to show you some of those today.
Perfect.
And then you go into the patterns. So it does have all the abbreviations. Really worth emphasising that it's UK terminology.
Yeah.
A lot of people learn from American instructors, and a double crochet is what we call a treble. So if you do, this says do doubles, and if you're doing an American double, you'll end up running out of yarn.
Yeah.
And you'll end up with a misshapen animal.
Okay.
So just emphasising its UK terminology. So I'm ready to start my project.
Okay.
There is everything you need, but you might want to consider a few other things. You are going to need a pair of scissors. This is my normal bag. You might want a stitch counter, a row marker.
Right.
Just so you
I think
know
we've got those on the website.
round you're up to.
Yeah.
You're probably going to want some sort of marker like this, so you can know which round you're on.
Oh yeah, we've got those on the website.
You definitely have those on the website. I've seen those before. And you want your crochet hooks. So, and you want at the end probably some needles. So I have a little bag with these extras in, and these are the sort of extras that you're probably going to have at home anyway. So they're the things that you're not going to have.
Okay.
So we're going to cast on.
Right.
So Rosie Rabbit says, one double crochet, for the legs. We chain 7. So we need to get this onto the hook. And I teach this, and a few people have commented on this. So we are going to hold the yarn in our right hand. In our left hand, we're going to make a bird. So with our middle finger and the thumb, and this end of the yarn is like a worm.
Okay.
So the bird eats the worm.
Yeah.
And round the first finger that's sticking up, we are going to wrap it round twice from your knuckle to your nail.
Okay.
Once, twice.
Yeah.
And then you have 2 on your finger. We're going to lift the back one over the front, but don't take it off.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to lift the back one over the front again and all the way off. And what you're left with is a hook, is a loop. And this is what goes on the hook.
Okay.
So we are now there. So I'm just going
So
to...
is that a slip stitch? Is that what we know as a slip
This is an
stitch?
adjustable slip.
Yeah.
Adjustable knot.
Yeah.
So if you can make it bigger, like this, nice and big. And then when you put it on and pull...
Yeah, I was going to say, 'cause I've got great big fat fingers, but yeah.
But you can tighten it up.
Yeah.
So I'm going to demonstrate some of the stitches. So to do a chain or a single, UK terminology, we wrap it around the hook from the back to the front. And what beginners can do, don't be afraid to just lift it over like this. And this is like the finger knitting that you were talking about earlier. So wrap it round, lift it over. When you're happy and you can get a bit quicker, you might want to use the shape of the hook to draw it through.
Right.
And you use the hook to wrap it and draw it through. So
of course, if you've done crochet before, you'll know this. This is for somebody like me who's never done anything before.
And this is a chain. So the start of rows, in quite some of them, this is a chain. These are singles, what we call singles.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work my way along the chain, showing you the different.
So you've done 7. Have you done 7 then?
I don't know. Let's count. So that's a good one. I'll tell you how to count your stitches.
Okay.
So I've just done a chain. I've got the overhead camera there looking.
Yeah.
You can see they form a V shape, each of these stitches. So each of those V's is a stitch. When we're counting, we don't count this first one on the hook. We count the one underneath.
Right.
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll do one more.
But you did say, didn't you? The reason I said
I
7,
did say 7.
You start with 7.
I did say 7.
Yeah.
There we go. Round and pull it through. So I now have 7.
Right.
Then you work, as we're working down the rows, we don't work in this first one underneath, we work in the second one, and we're going to go along. So I'm going to show you a double crochet.
Sorry, say that again.
I'm going to show you how to do a double crochet because that's pretty much what you need
I was
for
just
all of
intrigued.
these.
So you don't go through the first one. You
Not
go
this
through
one.
the second one.
Because we need to bend it round the corner
Yeah.
to work along the row. So
Okay.
this first one almost acts like a corner to go round the corner.
Yeah. It's all new to me.
Ignore
all
the
this,
first
so,
one
yeah.
and in the second one. So when we're crocheting, at the start of any stitch, we should have just one loop on our hook like we've got. If we've got any more than one loop, then we're in the middle of something. It's not quite finished from a previous stitch. So we start and finish with just this one loop. Normally, you would put it through a stitch or a chain space. So we're going to use this stitch just here. I'll use my scissors, that one there, and we're going to poke it through that hole.
Right.
So it goes through the hole, out the other side. When you're learning, you can wrap it round. When you're a bit more comfortable, you can use the shape of the hook, that hook part, to draw it through.
Right.
And I've drawn one through from the back to the front, and I now have two.
Yeah.
And that's how I know it's a double.
Right.
If there's any more than two on your hook, it's not a double.
Right.
So to finish off and get back to the beginning, we wrap it round the hook and we draw it through.
Both of them.
Both of them, and I'm back to one on the hook.
Okay.
So I'll just do that one more time, and then I'm going to show you a difference with an American double, why you would run out of yarn. So through here, pop out the back, yarn around the hook and pull it through. Two,
yeah.
yarn round the hook,
Back and pull it through both of them.
pull it through both of them, and there we go. We're starting to work our way back along the row. Now, if I do an American double, what we call a treble. Now, what that is, you put the yarn around the hook before you go through the hole.
Oh, right.
Then we go through the hole.
Yeah.
And we pop out the back.
Yeah.
We pick up the yarn at the back and pull it through.
Yeah. So
I've now got three on my hook.
Right.
So I know that this is a common mistake. What some people do now, go, well, I just put the yarn round and I pull it through. If you pull it through all three at once, this is what we in the UK would call a half treble.
Oh, no.
So that's a half treble, and you can see the height difference.
Yeah.
So these doubles are quite small. The half treble is a bit bigger, so you're going to use a lot more yarn if you're getting confused. Now a full treble or an American double, yarn round through the hole, pick up the yarn at the back and pull it through. We've got three. Yarn round. If we just pull it through two, we're left with two on the hook. Looks like a double, yarn round and through. So that is a treble.
Right.
And that's what the Americans call a double. And if I lay this down now, you can really see the difference.
Yes.
Small stitches at this end. This is a UK double, American single. That's a half treble, so it's somewhere in between the two. And this is a UK treble or an American double.
And do all the kits have doubles and trebles in them? In these kits
yes,
here?
it's pretty much doubles throughout, UK doubles and chains. I'm trying to think of if there's any trebles or half trebles, then it's a small little feature.
Yeah, I was going to say I've not heard, since we've been doing this, I haven't heard of a half treble. I've heard of doubles and trebles, but I've not heard of a half treble. So.
Half treble's kind of the mix of the both.
Yeah.
So you start off looking like a treble and you finish in a double way. But you can really see, I wanted to demonstrate this today because I know that you can run out of yarn if you get confused with the UK ones. And you can see there the differences in the stitch sizes.
Okay, before you go on, I've got a couple of messages, a couple of pictures to show you.
Oh, fabulous.
Here we go. Here are the pictures I made. Here are the pictures made by my 15-year-old daughter, Jane. Oh, Jane, no, her 15-year-old daughter, Jane, from
I think
Jane.
Amber. Amber was the...
Amber, was it?
Yep. They're fabulous. They're beautiful. I think that's the Rosie Rabbit
Love
one.
the colours.
Yeah.
Okay, another photo. This is Rosie Rabbit, which my 12-year-old daughter, Rebecca, has just finished making. It's her first attempt of anything like this.
Wow.
I first showed her how to crochet about 5 weeks ago. Blimey, Dawn! That's brilliant. Oh, the thing is, it must be so satisfying for a child or a beginner because you say it comes together quite quickly, it builds quite quickly.
Yeah.
But also they've made something in not no time. But it's kind of like there's nothing worse than a child doing a project and then after 2 weeks you've got something this big.
It's
or
true.
You know what I mean? Whereas this, after a few sessions, you're going to have a whole completed kind of toy, aren't you?
Absolutely. I know that from the Yarn Lane TV fans, there was a few people who'd shown some pictures of what they've made. There was.
Oh, we got those. Let's have a look
I don't
at
know
those
if
then.
you have those available as well.
Yeah, let's have a quick look. Oh, Karen Dean.
Karen Dean, she's done Flow Flamingo there. That's one of the ones we're doing today. And she's got the teddy bear, but she's got Toggle Ted. I think the colours have just got different names.
Yeah. And is that... last time I had these, without you, I had an octopus. Is that Ollie the...
Squish the jellyfish.
Squish, yeah. Oh, Squish the jellyfish.
So
Right,
Karen's whole menagerie there. I think you need to try another one.
Yeah, exactly.
What should we persuade you to try this time? Ladybird or
Ladybird.
Sloth?
What was the next picture you were just going to show? Here we go.
Oh, that's
Ollie
Rebecca.
the Elephant by Rebecca Simons.
That's the same as you've just demonstrated,
Yeah.
isn't it? Isn't that beautiful?
Oh.
And she's got him up on her feet like I have. I know that Claire Angelina had done some gorgeous crochet, but she said she's not done one of these yet, and she's got some amazing pictures of her crochets.
Oh, wow.
So she needs to start
Yeah, she does. And what she said, teddy bear, she said, oh, look, I bought Toggle Ted as a birthday present for myself. Self-gifting is the way to go, I tell you. I'm quite a novice crocheter, but found it quite easy to do. A stitch marker was great help, available on the website. I found it very mindful, as you can't think of anything else except counting the stitches, from Donna. Oh, Donna, that's so cute.
Do you know, that's so true. I've mentioned this before on the show. When you go to these craft clubs and everyone's sat around nattering, they're obviously not doing craft because they need to keep counting and stitch. When you go to a craft club and it's quiet, you know they do craft.
Yeah.
And I'm the same. If anybody comes to talk to me and I'm in the middle of doing something, it's like, no, I've got to get to 10, get to a round number.
But also in these strange times that we live, I live on my own, and sometimes you need something to, not to fill the time, that's the wrong word because I'm really busy, but find something to forget everything else and everything that's going on in the world, the fact you haven't seen your family or your friends or anything, but just something that you just concentrate on because you can't, like she said, you can't think of anything else and you can't have that kind of loneliness or that kind of like, well, what am I doing here all on my own sort of thing. It's good for, it is good for
Absolutely,
mindfulness. Yeah.
yeah.
What'd you say, Hannah, very quickly? 4 left of the elephant, that's all. Ollie the Elephant, there's only 4 of those left. Right, you've got something else
I've got
to show
2
us.
more demos
Yeah,
to do,
that's
if
fine.
we can squeeze them in time.
Yeah, I'll stop talking.
So
Go.
somebody asked me to demonstrate. They said, is there any chance you can tell us about Loopy Llama's fur?
Right.
So I quickly put together a leg last night, as you do.
As you do.
So I can't remember who it was who asked this. So if they're watching, please let me know that you've seen this and this is what you're after. So I've got one more row to do. If you can have a look on the camera here, hopefully it can zoom in. It will show you, it's got almost ridges running up this leg.
So that's the initial leg underneath.
Yeah, so this is the leg underneath.
Yep.
What you've got in yours, it'll be the darker colour.
Yeah.
And I've done a contrasting colours as well.
Yeah.
So this is just all the way up. When you get to round 13, I think it is, you put a stitch marker in and then you do alternate rows of using just the back loop and using both loops. So I'm going to demonstrate the back loop here and then the fur. So on the top of here, and the camera might have to zoom in quite a lot because I've used...
and you can't remember.
Oh, come right in. Let me take that out.
It'll go blurry, but then it'll go focused again.
Okay. So in the top of these stitches, they're like those little V's that we talked about earlier. Mm-hmm. And when you go through the stitches, you go through both of them.
Right.
On Loopy, when you get to this point of the leg, you alternate with just going through the back loop. So I don't use this front one, I just use the back one. Here, yarn round, pull it through and do a double. And I'm just using the back loop to do it. When I get back to my stitch marker, then I will go back to going through both of them on the next round.
Right.
So I alternate going up the leg, and that makes these nice ridges. Oh, and that will give you the
ridges.
Yes.
Yeah, understand
so
that.
once you've got the ridges, they help when you're adding the fur. So I'm going to just untangle that one and go to this one. Mm-hmm. Now, the lady who asked me about this, I'm trying to remember her name. It was Heather Bridgen.
Right.
So she said she'd already done flow flamingo, and if you've already done flow, then it's very similar technique.
Right.
So you've got your second colour to do, and you attach it on there, and then using the ridge, what we do here, put that in, we chain 5. So the chain is what we learnt right at the beginning.
Yeah.
This is really thin yarn. I've been using the chunky yarn.
Yeah,
when you
that's
swap
gonna feel
between the
very,
two,
yes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 5.
Okay.
And then along the ridge, miss one and go into the next one.
Right.
Here.
Oh yes, because I can see
Yeah.
now. It's like almost like scalloping, isn't it? The
is.
stitches are like
So-
scalloped on.
My yarn's on the wrong side. It needs to be up here. I'm all twisted. Let's put that there. Because it needs to come from the back. There we go. So I pull it through and I attach it with a double
Yeah.
here.
So you do chain and then you attach it,
Yeah.
and do more chain and
So
attach it. So
a
you're creating
chain
a
attach,
scalloped
chain
edge.
attach. And if you follow the ridge all the way up,
Yeah.
then Loopy's going to end up as yours is. And you
Yeah.
can see with the contrasting yarn there how that works.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right, we've only got a couple of minutes. There's a quick question that's just come in about llama. It says, "Good morning. I have crocheted Lulu Llama, but I am struggling to work out what the tail should look like. Can you help?"
Oh, let's flip around. Have
There's
a look
the
at
tail.
It's a really, really small, I don't want to say a triangle because it's not quite a triangle, but it's got a point to it, a bit
Yeah.
more of a point.
Looks like a tab with a pointed end. Look,
Yeah.
Can you see there? So it's straight up to there, and then it goes into a point like that at the end. But that's quite. So you just do row, row, and then count down, or do you start at the end and get bigger? Would you start
I can't
there?
remember which way round you do it. It will be one of those two.
Be in the instructions.
But
anyway, won't it?
I can imagine it'd be bigger getting smaller.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Karen in the Scottish Borders quickly said, "I'm currently working on Loopy the Llama and to add to my current animals," from Karen in the Scottish Borders. Brilliant. Right, now we've only got literally a couple of minutes. What's the last one
One
you
last
want
thing.
to show?
So, Sammy Sloth, his
Yeah.
fingers are brilliant, absolutely brilliant. You have a look at these, how these are made, and you would never guess how these are made. So I'm going to push him forward, or
Right.
push him out the way. Bring over here. I've got a row.
Yeah.
So I did 24 stitches
Right.
and then crocheted back along them. And then what I'm going to do next is, hold that flat, I'll crochet a double into 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'll chain 16
Right.
and I won't attach, and I'll jump all the way across to the last 4 on this side.
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
And it's just like if you make a handle
I was
on the
going to
back.
say there'll be a big gap, wouldn't there?
Yeah,
then?
there will. So, Blue Peter style, here's one I made earlier.
Yeah.
It will end up looking like this.
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now I'm on the next row, and then you crochet all the way back along.
Yeah.
And then you start again, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4,
16 chain.
16 chain, attach
Last
1, 2,
4.
3, 4, all the way back, and then you can imagine, I didn't do a third one because I ran out of yarn.
Yeah.
You can have 3 toes.
But it's
And
open.
then
Oh, see,
They will fold over like this.
Yeah.
And you sew up
Oh, I was going to
the
say how they
sides
separate at the end, but they're
and
double.
and a third one there. And we fold
Brilliant.
them over.
But that's all
Isn't
in the
that?
instructions, isn't
And
it?
this again is what I love about Mandy's patterns when she brings them out every year. They challenge even somebody who's been crocheting for a while,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
needs different techniques. She might throw the odd popcorn in. So Pippopotamus, we don't have. Her nostrils are
Right.
a little cluster, popcorn
Oh.
cluster. These fingers, when I first did these, I was like, that's genius. I love them. So I really wanted to show off these fingers and toes.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic.
And Sammy, all the others are pretty much done in the round. Sammy is done in rows, and he's great. So you're backwards and forwards. He's like a big eye shape.
My mini critters their mini critters have sold out as well. And Loopy the Llama's doing a bit of yoga here. Anyway, thank you ever so much. That was
My
brilliant.
pleasure.
It always flies by, doesn't it?
Does.
Right, very quickly then, Hannah, what do you want to recap? You can start with the sloth if you like. The sloth's over there. I'm not getting the box out. Oh, okay, I've got the pretend box here. Sammy Sloth, there you go. $24.99. Sammy the Sloth. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Heather says, about the llama fur. Okay, llama next. Loopy the Llama. Single figures of the llama. I've got no idea what I've done with the box for the llama. Anyway, Loopy the Llama. Yeah. Ladybird, brand new today. Over half the stock is gone. That would be brilliant as a comforter. If you've got a child or anybody who has a kind of I'm not a doctor, so I can't do, but anxiety or whatever, this would be beautiful as a comforter, calming. Do you know what I mean? It'd just be anyway. What do I know? On your lap in the car, except when Hannah throws up in the car, so that'd be no good for her. Right, next. Yes, she does. I know everything. As she knows about my life. Go on, quick. Sausage dog. Got sausage. Do you remember Esther Ranson had the talking dog? He could say sausages, couldn't he? They're too young. You're too young. Right, here we go. Sausage. No, it's not called sausage. It's not called sausage. It's called Digby.
Diggy.
Oh, Diggy.
Diggy the Dachshund.
Oh, sorry, I thought that looked like... Oh, it's because they've done a little G and a big G. It threw me. It doesn't take much. $24.99. Fantastic. Monkey, Charlie the Chimp. There you go. Oh, don't be throwing them all over the floor. There's fewer than 20 of Charlie the Chimp left, $24.99. Rosie Rabbit's about to sell out. You need to check out your baskets. Elephant. Ollie, there's only 4 of these left. 4 Ollies left. Oh, look. Oh. $24.99. Tumble Ted is this one. I'm exhausted. $24.99. He's like a cross between like a traditional teddy bear, isn't he? And then a comforter. Oh, I love that. Look. Yeah, whatever. £24.99. Right, okay. Is that it? Oh, flamingo, of course. How can we forget Flo? Flo. Yeah, $24.99. Oh, they need to extend Yarn Lane, don't they? Now it's not long enough, really, to get it all in. £24.99. Yarn Lane is... thank you very much indeed, by the way, for coming in. Yarn Lane is next on Monday. West Yorkshire Spinners. Lace Weight Yarn launch. And that's Rebecca Reid. Rebecca Reid will be in on Monday. I just want to say thank you very much for joining us in here, Yarn Lane today, and in Sewing Street. I'll see you tomorrow morning at Sewing Street at 8 o'clock. Do not be late.